You're going to meet many people in your life. When you meet many people, you would have picked so much virtues.
Yes.
And you're going to be a rich person in character.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. Welcome back to the Mentorship Table. We've been having transformative conversations regarding the subject of mentorship, and I am still co-hosting you at this table with my dad, and a dad to many people. My name is Edida, and I will ask.
I'm Bishop Henry Luke Orombi, former Archbishop, Church of Uganda, now retired, but still active in service, because in service we don't retire. I'm so thankful, together with my girl here, to co-host you in this very important podcast. Just pay attention, and God will speak to you.
Thank you so much. So we have been talking about mentorship, and today we are going to actually identify really who is a mentor. Who is a mentor? What skills should they have? What attitude should they have to be able to mentor successfully? So who is a mentor, really? Who is a mentor? Dad?
Well, a mentor is somebody who is, in your mind, knowledgeable, older, experienced, and knows the way out of experience. He has been on the journey which you are starting. He's already gone ahead. I live up country. If I was going to come into the city, I want somebody who knows the city to bring me into the city and hold my hand and move me around. With all the borders, the people, the crowd, anybody from up country is confused. Now life is so confusing. And if there is somebody who has walked this journey, that's a person you're looking for. Somebody who knows where they're going, somebody who knows where they have been. A mentor is only going to be available for you as a point of reference.
I read your autobiography.
What did you see?
One of the things that's coming to mind right now is that person who helped you learn how to use cutlery.
Hey!
I think that was a mentor.
Yeah, absolutely. 1980. I fly into London, of all places, London, which I never even called London in my time. I used to call it London, as what I read is what used to be. And I flew alone, all the way from Nairobi to London, alone. And then met two friends of mine, they're all Australians who were working in London. And I was literally raw. We were going to go into a shopping spree because I only took my village clothes, and we are going into this great headquarters of the chemical industry called ICI by the River Thames. And up there is a restaurant and a shopping arcade, and they wanted me to go and choose what I wanted. But before we choose, before shopping, say, let's go and eat. I set it in front of a plate. 3 knives here, 3 forks here, 3 spoons there, and I had never seen cutlery of that nature. But my friend sat across and he said, what I do, you follow. If I take a knife, you take a knife. If I take a fork, you take a fork. And even if I was hungry, I moved at his speed because I wanted to follow him. We walked through all those cutlery until we finished. You know, the British are very particular. Now, I'm a married man, former headmaster, theological student, graduate, but I had not known what to do with cutleries because that's not what I saw in my experience. So then I learned. One thing else I never told you is using the underground train. You have these escalators which take you. My college was in Nottingham. So if you catch the surface train, you go through the deepest underground rail called Piccadilly. Oh, my friend, it was just a nightmare. So he would walk me, we go through those escalators, get to the station, board me in, and then I would I'll come back. He would be meeting me underground until one day he said, now, Henry, I'm so busy. I'm preparing for tomorrow, but you now know what to do. I almost canceled that trip. But when I decided I'm going to try, that was the end of him escorting me to all these places. I learned. He showed me how to do it, but I wasn't courageous enough until he left me alone. I'm remembering the way a mother eagle teaches her eaglets. Mm-hmm. When she's ready to train them, she starts by pulling out all the feathers in the nest to make it so uncomfortable. Then she'll carry them one by one on her back, releases them up there. They flap, and they're beginning to drop, and she swoops down here on her back, carries the eaglet up again until that little thing learns how to fly. Mm-hmm. That's a mentor.
That's a mentor. So this mentor helped you be able to hold the fork and the knife and eat, and be able to navigate the city.
Hey, by the way,
yes.
Before we entered in, again, I was confronted by this revolving door. I had never seen it at all in Uganda.
Yes.
There are compartments. You get in there, you get out there, and I didn't want to lose him. So I forced myself to be with him in the same compartment, which I did, except my bag got caught up in the system. So the whole thing jammed. And he looked at me and said, let's go back. And now remember, people are waiting to get in as well. And I was so embarrassed. So he pushed me out and he said, no, I'm going to go in and I'm going to wait for you on the other side. So somebody who is able to take in your mistakes in good faith.
Yes. That's a mentor. A mentor is that person who sees you raw, that raw part of you, and does not get tired of it, does not become judgmental.
You know you can learn.
Yes, and encourages you to learn. Stands right there and says, I'm right here. Yeah. You can do it. I am right here, you can do it. And we need mentors to help us carry or use the cutlery of our life in different aspects of our life.
Absolutely.
Be it in your marriage, be it in your career, be it in your parenting, be it in your health, anywhere. You need someone who can say, I am right here. Yeah. One of the areas I have found, seen or heard that scares or freaks people out so much is public speaking. Yeah. Now, a mentor in public speaking, for example, who can stand by you and say, now speak. I am right here. Because I've heard that, is it 95% of people fear public speaking more than they fear death?
Yeah. Yeah, those eyes.
So now, imagine when you're that scared, and then you meet someone who can say, I'm right here. Yeah. It is okay. Do it. Yeah. I'll support you. Yeah. And then you do it, and you see that it didn't kill you. No. Actually, didn't die. And then you try again, and you didn't die. Then now next time, he lets you be. Or she lets you be. And then you
I have a story.
Please go ahead.
At the age of 11, I was a primary school kid of P5. My church teacher gave me a topic to preach. And he gave me the most difficult topic to preach.
Yes.
There I was standing in the podium and I was preaching the topic, which only took me 5 minutes or so. I was done.
Even those were many for an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Preaching about a difficult topic.
Yeah, it is about Moses putting on a veil so that people don't see the fading of the glory. Now, 12 to 11-year-old, you're not giving something which is realistic. Anyhow, but this man thought I was excellent. He saw me being ordained deacon, being ordained priest, being made an archdeacon. He only did not see me become a bishop. He stuck with me and encouraged me, much older men. He saw something in me which I didn't see for myself.
Yes.
So mentors can see something in you which you can't see for yourself. So if they're interested in you, they will begin to encourage that which is in you to come out. I will never forget that old man. He was older than my dad. but was very interested. When I go to see him in his home, he treats me like an adult, even in my primary time. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing. And really, that's what a mentor should do. Be able to believe in you, identify your strengths, identify your talent, and push in the right direction for you to be able to maximize your potential. And for you to be able to do that, if you're a mentor or someone trying to get into the space of mentoring others, you need to be patient.
Oh, that is the word. Patient.
You need to be a very patient person. Otherwise, learning is not a straight curve.
No.
You have already taught this person something, and now, honestly, why are they still behaving or acting this way? And yet you had already taught them. So if you're not patient, you can get tired and abort an experience that was going to yield great results, that were going to transform someone to become really great. And I think you also need to be
be available.
Oh,
you need to be available for whoever is going to. I always like to give the natural development of human beings. If a mother is not available, the baby cannot feed, and therefore the mother must be available for the baby to feed peacefully and sleep. Now, mentees are like babies who want to feed. So you need to be available for them. Now, taking time, if you're a busy man like me, you could do what Jesus did. Jesus was available and traveled with his mentees everywhere, exposing them to see what he was doing, to listen to what he was saying, and opening himself to them. You see, that availability also involves being open, not secretive, so that they know the person they're dealing with, and they learn a lot, sometimes not because he's teaching them in words, but he's teaching them in practice. And those lessons are deeply engraved in people's lives as they watch you, even in a setting where you should have been angry, but you're managing your anger, in a setting where you are hungry, but you're decent and disciplined, When you go to these public places, food is put on the table and it is self-service. Some of us are watched by our mentees. How are you going to load your plate, and why are you doing it that way? And all those are learning points. So you are teaching them in practical aspect of things, and how do you handle yourself? How do you handle circumstances? Your availability is a big opportunity for them to learn.
Thank you for being available even today.
You asked me to. I had to come.
Thank you so much. So what I get from that is that you, as a mentor, you don't have to give an edited version of your life.
No, raw.
First, go make it perfect, polish it up, and then come and be the mentor that gives the mentee this issue. This life is perfect situation. This marriage is perfect. This my children are perfect. This I am the best in what I do, and that's final. As a mentor, you're also on a journey of growth. So you also have to keep learning. You also have to keep growing. By the way, even from the relationship of mentoring someone, you also learn so much. So you have to be open to learning. And you don't have to edit your life and make it perfect and then come and mentor people, because you want them to see how you handle yourself when you fall, for example. You want them to see how you handle yourself when you fail, because failure is part of life. And while you are growing and seeking excellency so that you can be able to give excellency, but because we live in this world, we are bound to fail at some point. And so when we fail, does that crush us? Does that leave us down? Or are we able to get up and dust ourselves and move forward? That in itself is a lesson that your mentee gets,
Yeah.
and it will carry them through their life more than giving them the facade of a perfect life.
No.
Yeah.
I think the aspect which is very obvious and common is if the mentor is financially hard, can't get money to meet certain needs, how do they respond? Because today, people who, if they lack money and desperately lack money, they want to cut, corners and stuff like that, add figures, or perhaps steal or something like that. How does he respond or she respond to scarcity? Because that is life. If they know how to handle scarcity, you are learning a lifelong lesson of life. Because scarcity is part of us, and we cannot always have everything when we need them. So if we need something and it's not yet there, how do they respond? But there's also the aspect as a mentor, you want to give to your mentee is close proximity to you. Chankwanzi took cadres there to demystify the gun. Now, any mentor should not be a mysterious personality to the mentee. He needs to demystify himself so that his mentee can read him, can understand him, can know who he is. And when you let somebody in your life, if I let you in my life, for example.
Like you have.
I'm telling you, I must open myself as much as possible. 1, to listen to you. 2, to answer your question. 3, to see me perform what I'm performing. You remember the time we were in Kabohe and we did this mission together, you saw me in action.
Totally.
You saw what I was doing, you saw how I responded, you saw how I preached, you saw how I did things with people. That's a learning point. Now, a mentor needs to allow himself to be readable, sometimes predictable, because you want people to let you also know you were mentored, you are an ordinary human being, nothing to add on to. By the time you want to camouflage yourself to look different, they're going to miss you. The real you will not be there. So you want to be the real you to come out so that they can learn who you are. Now, not what you're saying, but who you are. Very important.
I've had this statement that says, I can't hear what you're saying because who you're being is too loud.
Absolutely. And it speaks, by the way.
Yes. So you yourself, taking you as an example, you have given us and the many other children that you mentor and love the access to be there in your space.
Let me give you this example.
Yes.
If I travel with a team, I want them to eat the food I'm eating. I want them to stay where we are staying together. I want them to be within sight of accountability for me.
Yes.
And I want to be the accountability as well.
Yes.
So we are not hiding anything. I also need a testimony that we were together. He was like this, he did this, he behaved like this. Then I also want to tell them, this is how we do things. By example. So we went to this city in Uganda and they took me into the 5-star hotel to check me in there. But I asked them, I said, where is my team going to stay? They said, there is a guest house we are going to take them to. And I said, can we go to that guest house first before you check me in here? That was a very low-grade public toilet, public wash place, bunk beds, and things like that. So I said to my host, I said, can you check me in here also? They said, no, not you. At your level, those American Peace Corps you see down there, they're going to shout the whole night in this place. I said, if that's going to be the case, I cannot leave my people here. Let's look for somewhere where we can all stay together. They could not believe me.
Yeah.
But what would I have taught my mentees if I put myself a class above everybody? Other than being with them, working together with them, staying together in the same place, eating the food. That's what they learn. And that's what they'll teach their mentees tomorrow.
Wow. That is to say leading from the heart.
Yeah, sure. I said valuing your mentees.
Yes.
Because if you value mentees, they're also going to start being open with you, ordinary with you. We are human beings. We know how to hide things. But when you can be open, they'll also be open.
Yes.
If you want to be mysterious, you'll also find it hard to read them because they're going to be hiding.
Wow. I love that you're sharing these things and I've seen them firsthand.
Already?
I mean, I've had the privilege to travel with you and to share your fish and to
stay in the same place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True,
so
true.
It is amazing that
you know where I got it from? I've studied the life of Jesus. I looked at the way he discipled his guys. He kept them near him all the time. So much so that one day when he finished prayer, one of them asked him, Lord, teach us to pray, as John taught his disciples. They knew he was a man of prayer. So he taught them what we now know as a famous Lord's Prayer. He had the ability to expose who he is to them. So that they know who he is. And then a mentor, that's a risk we take. That's really the risk we take. In order to be readable and ordinary, we expose ourselves. And that doesn't stop them from respecting you, by the way. They'll still respect you for who you are. They even respect you more.
I think then we respect you more.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're bringing yourself at our level would take away any respect from you.
Well, there you go.
Happen.
There you go. So as a mentor, you allow them in your space. Let me give you another example. I had an appointment by a young woman. She said, I want to see you, but I want to see you in your home office. I said, fine. So I get to my home. She was already there. I went and take my uniform off. I put on my home attire. I walk into my private room. She was already seated there. So she got up. She hugged me and said, I really wanted to find you as ordinary. Isn't that amazing?
Powerful.
Because sometimes people think this is what we are and who we are. No, it isn't. We're also ordinary. So the ordinariness of you, let people know, let your mentee know. So I sat down, she sat down and said, okay, you've asked for me to give you a time of appointment. Any problem? She said, no. I said, then why do you want the appointment? He said, have they actually come here to pray for you? I said, you're the first person. Very young lady. She said, I'm here to pray for you. Now it's a question of saying, no, I think I'm the one to pray for you. I said, you can't pray for me. Come closer. I held my hand to her. She held my hand. And she prayed for me.
Amen.
And God answered that prayer.
Praise God. Praise God for that young lady. Thank you, please, for praying for our dad. And yes, so that is how even emotionally involved your mentees can become. Because as you care genuinely, they also care about you.
Correct.
Yes.
It's true.
But also, beyond caring about you, they care about the lessons that you have actually taught them.
Which they will pass on.
Because they've gotten these lessons from someone they trust, from someone they respect. So that genuine care is another very important quality that you have to have if you're going to mentor others. Being able to listen, you mentioned it, and listening with your heart. Listening not to prove that you have the excellent answers, but listening to listen.
There is an aspect of moral integrity in a mentor to a mentee. Moral integrity will carry the weight that can either hold up your relationship or destroy it. When you are a mentor, you want to instill in somebody who is learning from you how to be morally upright. How to be a person of integrity.
Thank you.
How to be somebody they can trust forever. Because some of us have been given a chance to mentor people and we destroyed it by being morally corrupt, and therefore people were let down to a degree where recovery can be hard. Because they hold you there and you have brought them down to the bottom by who you are. So the aspect of moral integrity in relating with your mentee is very, very important. Again, they are picking a value they can pass on to the next generation. And I think in a country where we belong, part of the reason why we have been let down by people who should have taught us moral integrity is that they never did it. Neither did they live it. So when you see this rot in our nation today, it depends on who discipled them, who mentored them. If you are talking about corruption, but you are a chief corrupt person, then you need to be like the chief tax collector who met Jesus in Jericho. The story is never told what happened next. We are only told how it started. But I wish I would known what happened to Zacchaeus after that meeting in his house at the mealtime. It was never the same. I probably think he went and resigned or something. I don't know, because we don't go that
But he
far.
decided he's going to pay back. And
Yeah, because now he wants to put right what he had taken away. And for that reason, would he still be a tax collector? Because everybody else looked at tax collectors as people were thieves and everything, and working for the foreign government, by the way. But the point is, the chief tax collector met Jesus, and his life was never the same.
Decided to right the wrongs. Wow. Integrity.
Moral uprightness.
Moral uprightness.
Very important in relationship. Those are lifelong experiences and lessons and values that we need to inculcate in the next generation, because it will help them.
Yeah, and how these, when someone gets into the life of a mentor and then meets a different person than they expected, how it affects the way they trust even other people is very deep.
Let me tell you something that blew me to pieces. I was in Gaya's high school, girls' school, for a conference. God pointed me a girl who was from Okono, and I called this girl to come to me. She refused. I'm a bishop. She's Anglican. Now, with Anglican, that doesn't happen. A bishop is calling you and you're not responding. The second time I called her again, she refused. It was the third time. When we sat down, I opened to her who I am, what I really wanted her to know, and what is my life and everything else. She got some courage to say the reason why twice she did not respond to me. She said, my dad is abusive. My dad abuses our mother in our presence. My dad even told me I'm not his daughter. So I hated every man, including you, whether you're a bishop or not. It was heartbreaking to me.
Very.
And how it happens in the life of a younger person, that an older person who should be responsible, provide security, would behave that way. We developed a relationship. I even invited her to come to my home in Navy. She did. She came.
Oh.
So I took her into a conference in Maryhill, beyond the airport in Entebbe. Then we went back home. We developed a strong bonding to the point where she went to the university, she got a degree, and she got a young man to marry. You remember this is a girl who didn't like men?
I know.
And now she's marrying a man who is my namesake. It was Henry.
Oh.
She got another degree. She got a PhD. She's now a researcher somewhere in the country, very accomplished woman. Now look at how a male figure who should have promoted her was killing that geniusness in her.
Yes.
And could have done it. Until God brought her to come across my path, and my responsibility was to take her to the real one, to put her back to the pieces, and nurtured her, promoted her. The recent time I was in one church in the city, and we met. She had her daughters. Come and meet my dad, come and meet my dad. So the kids came, my grandkids came, I hugged them and the rest of it. And she said, I need to take them to Nebi. Where she went?
Yes.
Now that kind of relationship or moral integrity shapes people up and bring the real thing that God has put in them for the betterment of other people. Now this woman is so impacting, way beyond me. But at the time we met, she could have gone either way. But I think if it was not for Christ, she could have got to a negative side of life.
Yes.
But
yes.
there we are. You have a role to play. You have a role to give who you are. And when you can give who you are in a very positive manner, it multiplies. So in this woman, we now have a real person. And I think that for a mentor to allow themselves to be mentors, you are planting into somebody something which will be a great benefit to generations to come. Looks very simple, but very real. That we walk our lives and live our lives in such a way that we are examples that can help other people be better than we are.
Oh, wow. One thing that really stands out for me is that as a mentor, you're not going to step into a perfect world. It's not there. You are stepping into this real broken world with broken people.
Yeah.
And we are going to come to you with in different shapes and sizes. And you are going to embrace us as who we are and where we are and what we are dealing with. That is the heart of a mentor.
Yeah.
That is how you met this girl, broken and trusting. She was never going to trust maybe any man.
No.
And how many times have we had men are? All men are.
Yeah.
And then you want to ask a woman or a girl, like, are you married to men? Or are we talking about your man?
Yeah.
Because
they can read every man in a person.
Yes.
If you are not,
you know, it's like all men. But sometimes you're like, but when yours bought you a Mercedes, mine didn't buy me the Mercedes. So how come all men are in bad things?
Yeah.
But when it comes to good things, they are not all men are.
Yeah.
So it's just that untrusting trait that we pick along the way.
Yeah.
And it becomes very, very unfortunate. Now, if you are stepping into the space of being a mentor, you know that you're helping someone whom you find broken, and you know, to hold their hand and help them overcome.
Yeah.
To help them get their deliverance.
Let me give you an example of a mentor who also needs to be mentored.
Oh, yeah.
I got into a work situation as an archdeacon in an area where I was green. I'm a graduate from a university in England. I am well traveled. I am everything. Everybody is admiring me. But in this particular setting, I'm green. God brought a man older than me who offered to help me know people. And these are my own people. We speak the same language, but I didn't know them. I worked in Lira, I worked in Gulu, I worked in Arua. Now I'm in Nebi, my own people with the same language, but I didn't know how to read them. This man traveled with me to every place and will say, if they're saying this is what they're meaning. If they're saying this is what I'm being mentored. I am actually being mentored as a person who has been mentoring other people. It's teaching me something, that we don't know it all at a given time, everything. We still need to have the humility to learn from other people in order to get materials to mentor other people. This man for 6 years helped me to read our own people, to understand our own people. After that, I was elevated to be a bishop. He stopped. He said, no, that's not my role. Another older man picked me up.
Oh, wow.
And for 10 years, he walked alongside me to help me. And I can tell you, the success of working as a bishop for 10 years brought me to Namirembe. And credit is to this man. An older man who understands issues, who wanted to hold my hand where I was unable to, would help me with the other people who needed to know things from me. And for him, he's so knowledgeable. He said, I'll sit with them until midnight, until 1 a.m. As long as they give me coffee, I don't even have sleep. And we'll talk to these local leaders. If anything is difficult, I'll bring to you. I never brought a thing. Memorandum stopped. no longer writing memorandums because they understand that the bishop and his team have sorted all our problems. Now, it's so important to have, as a mentor, others who can also mentor you. It's an ongoing thing because there are no PhD holders mentors. No, we are all in the learning process. So what I learn from you, I want to pass it on to other people. We'll pass it on to other people. And that is biblical as well. 2 Timothy 2:2 will tell you that. It's very important for us not to be stale and stagnant, but to continue being fed in order to feed people. And I want to also feel that if I'm your mentor, don't think I'm the authority. No, I'm not. I'm also learning. I'm even learning from you, my mentee, because you are showing me something I don't know. And therefore, that calls for humility of a mentor.
Humility of a mentor, for you to be able
we should also pass to
acknowledge
your mentee humility.
To acknowledge that you are not a know-it-all.
No.
To admit when you actually don't know. And go ahead and either look for the answers or even ask the mentee to find the answers and come and teach you. And also to understand that you are on a journey together with your mentees. You are also learning, you're also growing, because come on, the day you stop learning is the day you start dying.
That is correct.
So you don't want to die just because now you are the one who is able to be a mentor. You think you have not reached. I'll quote Michelle Obama. She said in her book Becoming that if you think you have reached, then that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad because that means you're no longer becoming. You know
what you're supposed to be.
Yeah, like you're no longer, because we are on a lifelong learning journey. So if you are learning and you're giving, then you have room to learn some more and to give some more.
I wanted to also mention that a mentor should read from their mentees more than the words. The body language, the background information of the mentee, make conclusion out of knowing where somebody is starting from, and understand people through wisdom. Again, a mentor, please ask God to give you wisdom, because you're not dealing with theory, we are dealing with sophisticated persons. They may be young, but that person is so sophisticated you cannot understand them unless God gives you discernment to understand. Again, like children, I'm a father of 4, you're a mother of 2. If you thought you knew about child bringing from this particular child here, this next one here is totally different. You also have to learn how to handle this one totally differently. So even as a parent, you are a student. Every child is different, and every child needs to be handled as an individual. So every mentee is different, and you will handle them according to who they are, and you need wisdom.
Yeah, even not just one child and another, but the same child through different stages.
Is manifesting something you have no.
It's different.
So as a parent, you are a student as well.
You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to understand where this person is coming from. I remember the one shock I got about my children one time. I'd taken them to All Saints for, Teens for Christ classes, TFC. And normally, I'm this parent who would want to know that my children's friends, to engage with them, be their friends. So each time I would go to class and pick them, Rachel, Rebecca, then I greet their friends. So this time I was coming to go to the class and I saw one of them running towards me. So, I was happy. I thought she was so excited to see me. I hugged her and we moved on. I said, go and call, let's pick Rachel. She said, no, let me call her. So when we got to the car, they started, this was bad, it was dangerous. I saw mommy coming. I said, Rachel, we are in trouble, mommy's coming. She said, run, meet her. I said, why? I said, why? I said, because you were going to come and call us like babies. Okay.
We have
They
changed.
had outgrown me.
Yeah.
They had outgrown this just calling, oh, Rachel, Rebecca, come,
Yeah.
they hug in class, hug their friends.
Yeah. We're not babies.
Mommy was coming to call us like babies. So I was shocked. I did not realize that they had outgrown me.
Yeah, the baby bit.
Yes, the baby bit. So in the same way, as you have your mentee, you have to watch them in their different stages. They can outgrow you, and you may need to usher them to someone
the
else
next person.
or to the and you need to realize when you should formally even disengage.
Yeah.
If it is a formal mentorship relationship, they've come to you to mentor them through a certain stage. You need to realize when they have actually outgrown you, and then you send them. Not that the relationship ends, but the formal mentorship
Is gone.
relationship
It's finished.
is gone.
Yeah.
Because the mentorship should be intentional.
Yeah.
You have a goal of what someone is going to achieve. You have a structure of sorts in mind, even as you get close to them and open your space.
Yeah.
But you have in mind what you should not lose sight of.
Correct.
Yeah. So when time comes and you see that they are there, then you want to give them the space to expand, not to just hold on to them. Something else I need to mention is that being a mentor is not you trying to make a clone of yourself.
No way.
It's not trying to have someone become you.
No.
I mean, you talk like you, walk like you.
Unless they choose to.
Unless they choose to, because they admire you. But not that you make them.
No.
Not these things of why can't people be like me? So as a mentor, understand that you also have your flaws, you're also learning, you're also growing, you're pointing people to their growth, and of course, ultimately, hopefully, to Christ, so that we can grow together, but grow in Christ.
Yeah.
And when you try to clone people, then you end up imposing on them. Imposing yourself, your values, which may not be, and your values, yes, we should have aligned values as Christians. However, for example, if you told me you need to have 4 children, why do you have 2? But me, I have 2, and that's
you could have
what
difficulties
I want.
now.
And I'm happy. Thank you. So if you come as my mentor and you think exactly what you have done is what I should do,
you will lose the mentees.
Yes.
You will not keep them there, they'll go. But again, they're free people. They're coming to you out of choice. You're not forcing them. Once you force them, you can't mentor them. You can only grill them and try to discipline them in the way you like. But what about when you're not there? I think, this is my final remark, I think that our nation today, you younger generation of people listening to me, if you have found something awful in us, don't copy it. I was a 21-year-old young teacher. I met a very old man, 70-year-old. He pulled me into his room where we met, and he sat me on his bed. He sat on a chair. He said, young man, I want to give you a secret. You're going to meet many people in your life. No one is 100% correct, and no one is 100% wrong. It's a mixture of both. So when you meet somebody, learn something positive in that person. Keep it for yourself. Meet another person. Learn something positive in that person. Keep it in yourself. Don't learn anything wrong because you have enough of your own now. And I'm 21. He believes I had enough of the wrong things. When you meet many people, you would have picked so much virtues.
Yes.
And you're going to be a rich person in character. I've never forgotten that word. What is wrong in us, please don't copy it. Look for the things that you admire for goodness sake, like good seed hybrid, which you want to pass on to your own children. We'll pass on to the next generation. Pick that one. If you pick the wrong thing in us plus yours, you are finished, completely finished. So we want to stand here not because we are angels. We want to stand here not because we know it all. We want to stand here as people from whom you can learn at least something good. at least something good to add on to yours in order to be successful enough to pass on to the next generation.
Okay, so we don't have to be perfect in order to be mentors. We have to be willing and available, and know something that someone may not know about or know at our level, and then we can hold their hand. I've heard this statement again: evil thrives when good people do nothing. So if you are there and you believe that you have something good to give, please give it. It is now. The time is now, like N-O-W, now. For you to give what you have in you, so that someone behind you, someone around you can benefit, become better, and also be able to mentor another person, so that we can contribute to this, our world becoming better. Thank you so much for listening to us. We love you. We hope you got value. We will be bringing you more of these conversations, and we hope that you have subscribed. Please click the button and subscribe so that you can be able to get more of these conversations. We love you. We care about what you care about.